here, and a couple of videos back I mentioned that my current art journal was just about completed. So in the meantime, I finished the last page. It has about 20 pages in it, and I think I'm going to call it done. So I thought I'm going to do a flip through for you. Now, if you want to know how I made each one of these pages, I made corresponding videos, and they're all in my playlist. So if you click on the iCard up there, you find them easily, and please have a good look, and I hope you enjoy watching me create each one of these pages. Now, before I go inside, I thought I'd show you a little bit of the cover. This was a cookbook folder. It was actually more square, and I cut it down a little bit. I do like to use cookbooks. First of all, they're very easily available, they're very inexpensive, and I also don't mind cutting into them. They're usually not very valuable. So, and they come in all kinds of shapes, interesting binding, and so on. So I really like to work with them. I already have a couple other journals where I use cookbooks. Now, I did make a slipcover for this one. This is actually made out of burlap or jute. I found actually a couple of table runners around Halloween time in the dollar section, and I got two in different shades of beige. I used one for a slipcover, very simple, and one for this little belt, so I could use it as a closure. Now, to attach the belt, once I had it sewn up, I just sewed it on here in a little rectangle, and I sewed it here in a bigger rectangle. And then I just added the seam binding. Now, because the weave of this burlap is so big that it's very easy to just make a hole in order to insert these rings. They're open like this. So I just put them through. I didn't have to cut the material or secure the holes. The same here, I added the seam binding, and I added some seam binding here too. Because I didn't sew right across the binding, I have a little loop here, so I just thread my seam binding through it. I secured it with a little paper brad, and I was able to attach my charms. It's just a key ring with a couple of pretty earrings, and this is a pendant. And because of the moon, I also named my journal Moon. These were just alpha stickers. They were white, and I colored them a bit. And these fun bottle caps were sent to me in a happy mail by a fellow crafter. So let's have a look inside. As you see, it's a very simple slipcover. Oops. I added some craft paper here. I added my stamp. I started this one in September last year, and I just finished it. And here I added some soft canvas. It originally had a spiral binding, but I took that out completely. And then, well, this is just a piece of interesting paper I might like to journal on. Now, all the pages in this journal are mixed media collage pages. I use all kinds of mediums. I use magazine cutouts, napkins, I use die cuts, all kinds of things. So the first page has autumn colors, and it was a hashtag during last fall. I used some die cut leaves, and it says, "Don't fall, jump." In this journal, I covered all the back sides of my art pages with simple one-sided craft paper, just to make them look a little nicer, because they get really messy. They get paint on it and spray and gesso and so on. And when I'm all done working, I like my pages to look kind of nice and presentable. This was my contribution for my first hop with Shannon Green. It says, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." I quite like the way it comes out. I like a little bit of vintage. I like feathers, and it has a metal butterfly. Oops, I think the next one's going this way too. This one is called Star Break. I love those owls, and they're stars, and they're taking a break. Or maybe it's the stars who are falling off the string or breaking. Or maybe it's just star break instead of daybreak. Who knows? This was my contribution to the Breast Cancer Awareness Month last October. It says, she believed it could be done. My little hero. And here I had to turn it around because when I'm done with my pages, I do have to make 2 holes. I usually don't mind, but in this case it would have made a hole right through her head, which I didn't want to do, so she had to go in upside down. This one says wholesome harmony. I love the combination of colors in here, and I used homemade washi on this one. Let's see. This was my first try on a transfer. This was a magazine image. It says stand out. And here I tried out masking fluid for the first time, and it helped me to create this background. And I also made another face, which is something I need a lot more practice with. It says, listen to the wind, it talks, listen to the silence, it speaks, listen to the heart, it knows. My little Indian girl. And another pretty image. And these circles were taken from tapestry. They have great texture, and I put quite a bit of glitter on there, so yeah, I like the effect of this. And it simply says destiny. Now, I don't offer a lot of interpretation and the reasons why I pick certain words. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes not. I leave that to your imagination. And on this page, well, I discovered glossy accent, so I had to use it. So he got some on his wings and a bit on the mountain. I am a free spirit. Either admire me from the ground or fly with me, but don't ever try to cage me. Now, this is a relative long quote. I often just go for phrases or even just a word. But once in a while, I like something a little bigger because I quite enjoy, handwriting these things out. All right. That breath you just took, that's a gift. Oh, this was a hashtag on thankfulness. And this one simply says intrigue. I added some lace and some metal. This was a transfer as well. And these are little alpha stickers. I found this one type which is very inexpensive and has great font. I really like it. So when I don't feel like writing by hand or I don't find the right word in a magazine, I do like to use them sometimes. And a winter one. It says same snow, different snowflakes. Here I use salt on the background to make it look like snow. Another face. It says believe in yourself. These are die cut flowers. And this was a hashtag event for the color of the year, which is light pink and light blue in the fashion world. So I thought to use this little phrase. It says as though they make their own. I thought that birds and flowers and trees really make the best fashion. All right, this one says escape. These are 3D letters, and there's a little metal chain. And here's my pretty lady. I named it Noteworthy. I really like this page. I love the colors, and it has a little bit of everything. It has tissue paper in the back, doily, some painting, some collaging. And here I tried something a little different. I used a magazine image which covered the whole background, and I blackened out the figures which came with it, and then I added her, and it says awake. And this one says attention, and her dress definitely calls for attention. And I guess so do peacock feathers. And here's a spring page. I wrote this by hand, and it has some glossy accent on it, so it's a little bit 3D. And here's my last page. I did another face, and her hair is made out of a used dryer sheet. It says, to be original is to be yourself. And again, I put a little bit of metal, some metal gears. So, and that is my last page. Well, I really hope you liked the flip through and enjoyed my art. If you're interested in seeing more details, please do check out my other videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I would love to see you regularly, and I always appreciate all of you kind comment, thumbs up, and so on. You encourage me very much, and I'm thankful for all of my fantastic viewers. Alright, that was it for today. Bye bye.